Okay, we are talking about the earthquake load, wind loading, and how to calculate the wind load. What are the different methods of wind loading calculation, and means if you are going to use force coefficient method, so how to calculate the lateral forces due to wind over the height of the structure. Okay, so the force coefficient methods we are going to use. First thing, second thing is what, there's two option. Either you can get the result of the lateral forces at the different floors of your structure by the software in the software itself, or you can define it. You can calculate it and then you can put it in the software manually. So two options are there. So experts recommend that if you are having if you have a capability to do the calculation manually, so go with the manually and give the input to the software. So there will be the less chances of means you will get more accuracy, and you will be means it will be known to you what actually the software is going to do. That's why what we are going to find out the lateral forces due to wind at different floor level by manual approach. Manual approach in the structural engineering field or while practice, we are calling it as by Excel sheet. By what? Uh, Spreadsheet. Whatever you are going to do with the spreadsheets, that we are going to call it as manually. Got it? So in the last session, we have calculated the lateral forces due to wind at all the floor levels. Okay, so it is actually present here. 43.21, 74.01, and 65.32, 71.01, like this. The lateral forces due to wind is available here. So basically what, if you are going to open the software and go to define pattern, go to load pattern. Once you open this load pattern, as I told you, the two option is there. First is you can make it as user load. You can make it as what? User led load. Another option is what? By taking this help of the code. It means what? We are going to apply the wind load by the template given by the software itself. Only the basic values you have to put here, and the software will automatically calculate the lateral forces. So this is the one option, and when you look over these all requirements, basic information, that all we have covered in this manual calculation. So nothing is to do here. Actually what we are going to practice, we are going to make it as user load. So once you go to user load, just go to modify lateral load. So yeah, it is asking specifically the lateral forces at different floor level. Is it okay? Hello?
Sir.
Okay, so cancel this. So make all the wind loads as user loads. Just go to just go to this option and make it as what? User loads, and just say modify. Check this option and go to this and check this user load. Just say modify load. Click here. Go to this. Say user loads. Modify load. This is done. Okay, now click here, just go to modify lateral load, click over that. Okay, for x direction, for wind load in positive x direction, so positive values you have to put here, positive values in x direction, nothing you need to do in y direction. So just go back to your Excel and see here it is asking, we have calculated the wind pressure or wind force from bottom to top, first floor, second floor, first floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor. But when you look at the software requirement, it is asking the forces from top to bottom. Is it okay? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So we need to what? Reverse the order of these values. Okay, so that is actually present here. You don't need to worry about it. Input in ETAP software, so all the values 105.35, 104.29, 103.41, 102.32, 36, likewise. So see, from base to top it is going to increase. Okay, in reverse it is top to bottom, it is going to decrease. So yeah, from top to bottom we need to have the values. So just click this, select this line, say copy, say Control C, and go back to your tabs and select here, click here and just say Control V. Is that all okay? Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now simply say OK. For X direction, for minus Y, check this option, same modify lateral load. Once you click over that and go back to same sheet, and in the next column the minus values magnitude will be same, only the sign is going to be changed. Just say Control C and go back to your tabs, and in X or X direction only just say Control V. So all the values is imported here. So this is done for X direction and positive X, negative X. Say simply OK. Likewise you have to do for Y direction. So just change this value and come to this side, Y direction. Now the same calculation we need to do again. So Bombay region is there, 44, K factor will be 1, K3 factor will be 1, topography factor 1, and type of the structure for deciding K for all other structures whose value will be what? 1 again. Now, geometry of the building for deciding KD, directionality factor, shape of the building in plan. So triangular or square shape, 0.9 will be exposed area is 100 square meter. Area origin factor will be 8.8. Combination factor will be 0.9. Train category is what? Category third. Okay, everything will be same. Now the change will be here. The building dimension along wind direction, building dimension along across wind direction. So let me show you. See, suppose your building is oriented, in plan orientation of the building is like this, in plan geometry of the building is like this, and the loading you have to calculate in Y direction, in this direction. So the direction along the direction of loading, the dimension of the building along the direction of loading is called we have to consider it was what? Hello.
A.
A. We have to take it as A. Very simple. And the axis or direction which is across this direction, we have to consider it as B. Okay, so exposed surface will be V, and sorry, B, or in the direction it is A. So close this. So building dimension along wind direction is 20, and sorry, what it was, let me check.
32.38.
32.38 for okay, this dimension in general, our this dimension is 32.38, and it is what?
19.55.
19.55. Okay, in this direction or in this direction. Okay, remember. So come to Y direction. So for Y direction, we have to calculate the load in this direction. Tell me what value you have to take.
A is 19.55.
Yeah, A will be 19.55 will be, and B will be what? Exposed
32
surface will be 32.38. Will it be okay?
Yes, sir.
You can
Yes.
also take the round of value. Okay, 33 or 20, whatever your choice. But here I am going to take exact value. Next, height of the building over the ground 93.85. A by B ratio will be this. H by B ratio will be this. Now tell me, based on H by B ratio, we have to decide the chart or the graph, which graph we have to use. So yeah, this graph is for the value H by B ratio more than 1. Here H by B ratio less than 1. Tell me which one will be okay.
More than 1.
More than 1.
H by B ratio will be greater than 1. Okay. Now H by this chart we have to use. So let's see. And H by B is 2.89. Can I consider it as 3 or almost?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the curve that we have to use is for 3 is present here. Okay, this one. Now A by B ratio is 0.6038. A by B ratio 0.6038. A by B ratio where it is? yeah, in this direction, 0.60, almost 0.6. Okay, so it is 0.5, now it is 0.6. Now just take it up. Yeah, it is intersecting at this point, and now protect it. Tell me what it will be.
1.3.
1.3 or 1.4?
1.4.
Almost 1.4. Okay, it is what,
Yes,
1.4. That's why we are going to take 1.4. If you want to take some lower value, you can take 1.35 also, or 1.3 may also you can take, because it is a what, approximation. There is what, approximation, and if you are taking as much as more value, you will be on safer side.
Okay,
अगर
sir.
आप ज्यादा वैल्यू लेंगे, यू विल बी ऑन सेफर साइड, बिकॉज यू विल गेट द मोर लैटरल फोर्स, और जितना ज्यादा लैटरल फोर्स होगा, उतना ज्यादा हेवी डिजाइन होगा. सो अप टू सर्टेन एक्सटेंट यू कैन कंसिडर इट एज अप टू, मीन्स फॉर द for this kind of situation, take the higher value. Yeah, we are getting here approximately 1.35, or in between 1.35 to 1.4. So directly we are going to take 1.4. So there will be no great difference. Getting?
yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
work on safer side and take the higher value as much as possible, 1.4. Now after having these all values, now come to this side. Number of stories, levels will be same, story height will be same, cumulative height will be same. Now K2 factor, what about K2 factor? What do you think, it will same or change? K2 factor is
Change.
depends on your height. Level is same, height is same. So is there any effect, is there will be any effect on K2 factor?
No, no.
No, there will be no any change in the any change in K2 factor. It will be as it is. Now VZ. In VZ, what we have to do? The software means sheet will do the calculation for VZ, PZ, and PD. Okay. Now dimension, the dimension which is across the direction of loading. So this is what our loading is in this direction. So exposed surface is what? Exposed width is what? Exposed
32.
dimension is what? 32.38.
3.
38.
Okay, this value, if you want take, you can directly take 30 also, but yeah, okay, we are proceeding with the exact value. So 32.38,
3.
it will be, close this. Okay, effective height will also be same, no change will be there. How to calculate the effective height? Half of the upper floor, half of the lower floor, means this individual height, half of the lower floor plus half of the upper floor will give the effective height, and effective area you will get by the multiplication of this effective height multiplied by effective dimension. Okay, means export dimension, distance multiplied by effective height will give you effective area, and by taking the product of this effective area, force coefficient multiplied by this pressure value, so you will get this value. Okay, so from base to top it is going to increase, as you know. Just come to this side, and here take all the positive value for y. Just say control C, go back to your tabs. At this time you have to open this y direction positive, just say modify lateral load. For y direction, just say select this option, the control V, say simply okay. Then negative y direction, just go to modify, again select over the negative this y direction. Okay, y force in y direction, lateral force in y direction, just go back to your sheet and take all the negative values. The magnitude will be same, only the sign is going to change. Just say control C, and coming back to your tabs and select this. So just say control V, will it be okay?
Yes, sir.
Now simply say okay. Now say okay. So in this way, you have to define the wind load, and you have to put this wind load in the software. So this is all about how you can define the wind load. Just say simply okay. Go back to your steps and see, up to this level we have completed our work. Up to this level we have completed our work. Next is what? Define live load reduction factor. So what does mean the live load reduction factor, and why we need to consider it in the calculation of live load? Live load reduction like you have to consider 0.25 25% if the load is within 3 kilonewton meter square, and if the load is 4 kilonewton or more than a 4 kilonewton, you have to consider 50% of it. So that is that consideration for what? That is for earthquake loading and seismic weight calculation. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this live load reduction is different. That is also one kind of live load reduction. But here one other live load reduction is what? That is specified by the IS 875 1987. The code for the live load for different kinds of structure for different utility. So let me show you. Just go back to your folder and let me open this. IS 815 part 2. So what IS 815 part 2 in respect of the reduction of the live load is saying, let me show you. Number of floors, see, for floors supporting on structural members except as provided for in 3.2.1.1. So this is the clause for live load for different types of structure for different utility areas. Okay, like suppose if you are talking about the building, so for residential building, for bedroom, the load is 2 kilonewton per meter square. So it is what this all given in above section 3.2.1.1. That is the clause. The following reduction is assumed total imposed load on the floor may be made in designing of the columns. Very, very important. This reduction is applicable for what? This reduction is applicable for what? For columns, load bearing walls, piers means your shear wall, their supports and foundation. For the design of what? The following reduction, whatever the reduction we are going to discuss is applicable for all the vertical elements. In short, I can say, because column, load bearing walls, piers, their supports and foundation. In addition to vertical element, the foundation. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Is that all okay?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. So this we have to do. Okay. For vertical elements. So how to do the reduction? So number of floors. So this is the counting of the floors. But very important, including the roof to be carried by the member under the consideration. This counting you have to do from top, not from the bottom. Remember. Hello.
Yes,
Terrace
sir.
level will be counted as 1. Then next to that second floor means suppose is the 19th floor. 19th floor is counted as 2. Then below to that 18th floor is there. 18th floor is counted as 3. So from top to bottom the numbering we have to do. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Including your terrace. Reduction in the total distributed imposed load on all floors to be carried by the member under consideration this much. But the question is what? Why we need to do this reduction for the live load? One time the code is saying that you have to consider 4 kilonewton, and one time the code is saying there is need to do the reduction for the live load. So what is the concept? Why it is needed to reduce the load? Can anyone guess? Hello? Or have any idea?
सर हर टाइम पे लाइव लोड इतना होता नहीं है बिल्डिंग में, कभी
Okay,
ऑक्यूपाई होता है कभी नहीं होता है.
okay, almost right. Anyone else? Okay, actually this live as Riyaz said, always 100% live load will not be your structure will not be subjected to always 100% live load. Always 100% live load will not be there on your structure, because let's say if you are saying a G plus 50 floor building is there, so how many number of people will live in that building? So for 24 hours it is possible that every people will be present in the building. It is possible that every time 100% people or 100% occupancy of that building will be. No. That's why the code has suggested that some reduction. That's why the code, if you are talking about the single means like G plus 1 building, ground floor building is there, and G plus 1 building is there only, and only one family is living inside of that building. So yeah, for that building it is possible. Only means all the people will be present. 100% occupancy will be there almost every time or every time. But the question is what? For high rise structure. So for high-rise structure where means multiple floors are there, 50 to 60 floors are, 30 to 40 floors are, 10 to 20 floors are also. So for that case, always people will not live in the building. Some people will live, some people may be outside. So that kind of scenario will be there. That's why the code has suggested that make some reduction for your live load. Okay, so that reduction we have to do from top to bottom. That reduction we have to do from top to bottom, and how that reduction we need to do. So for the terrace level, there will be no reduction. It will be as it is. Next to that, from terrace or second floor means it is terrace. Then next to the terrace here, there we need to do the 10% reduction, 90% consideration. Here 0% reduction, 100% consideration. Come to downside, here 20% reduction, 20% reduction and 80% consideration. Hello. Lower side here, hello, 30% reduction. How much percent consideration? 70% consideration. Okay, so likewise we have to do the deduction. And second thing is what? First, second, third, fourth, up to fourth floor, including the terrace, the reduction is going to increase continuously. But from 5 to 10th floor, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, up to 10th, the reduction will be what? 40%. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Up to 40% for these 5 floors. And over the 10%, whatever the numbers are there, up to the base or up to the first floor, the reduction will be what? 50%. Only 50% you have to consider, 50% you have to neglect. That will be the what? Reduction for your live load. But if you want to understand this deduction with a calculation or with more understanding how to do the deduction, so just come down. A sample example here it is given. Floor number from top including roof. Is it right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
For the
sir.
roof, for the terrace level, actual floor load coming on column, यहाँ पर आपका लोड आया हुआ है 30 किलो न्यूटन. ये स्लैब से आपके कॉलम पे ट्रांसफर हो रहा है. सो 30 किलो न्यूटन का आपको कितना रिडक्शन करना है, कितना कंसिडर करना है terrace level
100%
पर?
consideration.
हेलो.
0.
100% consideration.
100% consideration 30. Next to that 30 coming to this level plus the 40 from this slab. 30 plus 40 टोटल वैल्यू का आपको क्या करना है, जो यहाँ कॉलम पे आ रहा है उसका कितना लेना है आपको? 10% रिडक्शन करके 90% कंसिडर करना है. सो 1 minus 0.1, so you will get this result. Is that all okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So like this, so once means refer this example for better understanding. Okay, practice it once, so you will get this reduction, how to do the reduction. So this will be very clear. Okay, so in software how to implement this concept, that is the question. So in the design section, once you click over the design, here the option you will get LLRF, live load reduction factor. Just click over this live load reduction factor, and the option here it is given tributary area based on the design code. It means what? You just have to define the code, and the software will automatically do the reduction in your live load. So here I am going to take Indian code IS 875 1987. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And see, single story, this by default setting is there. Okay, so check this, use default minimum factor. Check this option, use default minimum factor. For single story 50% reduction, for multiple story it is what? 40% reduction. This is what consideration by the software. But if you want to do the reduction of live load by your definition, okay, so check this option, user define by story supported. Check this option, go to define. Once you click over the define, it is asking from the terrace level, the first floor, how much reduction will be? no reduction means 100% consideration. From top to second floor, how much reduction will be there?
10%.
Hello.
10%.
10%.
Here it is
0.1.
asking reduction factor. So just put it as
0.9.
10% means what? Point.
0.9.
Point 1.
Reduction factor you have to put.
Point 1. Point 1.
Point 1. Say add vector. Here you have to say 3, third, and here it will be what? 2. Say add. Here it will be 4. Say 3. Add. And here it will be 5. And it will be what?
4.
Point 4.
4. Say add. And up to 10. Let's say 6. Say add. 7. Say add. Up to 6. Up to 10th. See, let me show you.
1040.
Yeah. From 5 to 10, it will be 40% reduction. There will be a 40% reduction and 60% consideration. So reduction will be what? 40%. And from 5 to 10, just say 8, add, 9, add, and 10. Last, say add. So it will be what? 40% reduction will be there. And from 11 to bottom or base or first floor or plinth, whatever is there, so up to that you have to make the deduction. Let's say 11 and 0.5.
5.
Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Just simply okay like this. So this is a manual approach, user defined, or second, normally what we are doing, we are taking these options. Software will take care about it according to this code and will define, will do the deduction. Just say simply okay. But one thing we missed to correct, that was go to define, go to load pattern. Once you go to load pattern, here you have to make it as reducible. Yeah, we have already changed it to reducible live load. Will it be okay? Why we are doing this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now simply say okay. Go back to your step sheet. Check this option. I will done. Now next, check all the load patterns are introduced in the load cases. Check all the load patterns are introduced in the load cases. So go to ETABS and go to define load cases. Just check this option, means all the load patterns or all the assigned loads, whether it is considered or not, and load cases. So for the dead load, linear static. For the live load, linear static. Moodle, we will talk about Moodle later. And then superimposed dead load, linear static, earthquake. So these all are the linear methods of analysis and linear load cases. Understood? Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So all the loads are available here. Okay, very important. All the load patterns or all the load cases you want to consider, that should be present here. So once you need to check it, say simply okay. Go back to okay. This is done. All the load patterns and cases are there. Define response spectrum function. So as I told you in the last session, we just have defined the response spectrum function. We just have defined the response structure, response spectrum function, and not we have defined. We have assigned the means we have assigned the response spectrum method of analysis in the software. So that half work we have to do here. Just go to ETABS. हम लोगों ने क्या किया था यहाँ पर, सिर्फ फंक्शन को डिफाइन किया था. गो टू रिस्पॉन्स स्पेक्ट्रम एज 1893-2016. Just go to modify show spectrum. So all the values we have defined earlier. Now there will be utilization of this response spectrum function value. Say simply okay. Go to define and see. Go to what load cases. Just click over that and just say add a new case. You all are with me or not?
Yes, sir.
So spectrum spec x spectrum in x direction, and it will be what? Response spectrum. In drop down option load case type will be what? Response spectrum. Check this option. And the mass source, because it is what? One kind of earthquake loading. Hello, you all are with me?
Yes, sir.
It is nothing but the earthquake loading. ओके और आपको पता है अर्थक्वेक लोडिंग में जब हम लोग जाते हैं अर्थक्वेक लोडिंग का कैलकुलेशन करते हैं तो उसमें आपको सिस्मिक वेट लगता है। हेलो
Yes, sir.
और सिस्मिक वेट के लिए हम लोगों ने मास सोर्स डिफाइन किया था अशोक सर।
Yes, correct.
Okay, so the mass source is now available here.
Through
Everything.
diaphragm wall. Yeah, through diaphragm.
Yes. Mass source. Just say add. Once you click over the add. So as I told you, earthquake is the acceleration phenomena. Acceleration phenomena of earth mass. Due to that acceleration, earthquake base shear value is going to be generated, or earthquake lateral force maximum is going to be act at the base of structure. That is called as base shear, and is going to be distributed over the height of structure. Getting? So it is what acceleration, simple. And the software x direction considering u1, this direction considering u2, and vertical considering what means u3. So yeah, it will be u1, and function will be what? IS 1892. Yeah, here it is asking if you are not defining the function, so that will not be available here. Getting or not?
Yes, sir.
Check this option, let it to be as it is, and go to scale factor. So we have to work over this scale factor later. Okay, we will talk about this, what to do for this scale factor. We will come back to this scale factor later after performing the analysis. Okay, if you are doing what earthquake means static and dynamic both simultaneously for a project, so you have to means normalize the base shear. Hello, you have to what? Normalize the base shear, and that is what that is suggested by the your code. Let me show you. IS 1893 2016. See, dynamic analysis may be performed by either time history method or response spectrum method. When either of the method is used, okay, whatever the method you are using among these two, response spectrum, okay, and time history, for in comparison of both, whatever the methods you are going to use, when either of the method is used, the design base shear VB estimated shall not be less than the design base shear VB calculated using the fundamental period TA. Hello. So VB dash, hello,
Yes, sir.
when VB is less than VB dash, so this is your static value, this is your dynamic value. The forces response quantities, for example, member stresses result, whatever, shall be multiplied with the this factor. Static divided by dynamic. This is what static divided by dynamic. So whatever the scale, suppose one scale I have taken. I have taken what scale as 1 scale factor. Later on, after performing the equivalent static method, and second one, your response spectrum method. So in equivalent spectrum, equivalent static method, if suppose the value you are getting what base shear 5000 for example, and here you are getting what 6000 in response spectrum value, just for example. Okay, so for that, when VB, sorry, suppose static VB dash, or I would like to write here S, static is equal to, suppose it is what
Equivalent.
suppose for how much 5000
5,000.
static, and VB, which is what dynamic, is equal to what 6000. Hello,
Yes, sir.
suppose this is the base shear, just for example. So what the code saying that shall be multiplied by, if the values okay, if the scale, if you want to match this scale, if you want to match this base shear value, so you have to multiply that scale factor with the ratio of with the ratio of static by dynamic. Hello, will we remember this or not? Hello,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
this
sir.
is what static by dynamic. Clear? Just
Dynamic.
confirm. Okay, so right now I'm not going to do anything here. Let it to be as it is. Okay, so this is the way how you can set the response spectrum function, response spectrum method of analysis in the software, and that you have to define in the load cases. And in this all option, you don't need to do anything. Let it to be as it is. Okay. Now next, just clear this all. Let's say simply okay. Spec X. Likewise, we have to define spec Y. Just go to add a new, and here you have to write spec Y, spec Y, and see, just say add. Here it will what acceleration, and in UX direction, and here sorry, first change it to response spectrum. Now it will be okay. Acceleration U1, it will be what IS 1893/2016. Scale factor will be, actually we need to say okay, go to define, go to load cases. In load cases, just say add a new case, and define here spec Y, and type, load case type will be what response spectrum. Just say add, it will be acceleration U1. Change it to what, it will be what, U1 or U2?
U2, sir.
Yes, good. It will be U2. Good. It will be U2, and 1893/2016. Scale factor will be as it is. Don't make any change here. Just let it to be as it is. Say simply okay. So this is what spec X and spec Y. Is it all okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So let me come back to steps. So this is done for response spectrum in X, response spectrum in Y. Now next method of analysis we have to apply over your proposed structure is what, modal case, modal analysis, and P delta analysis. Modal analysis and P delta analysis. Okay. So modal analysis is what, that we need to understand what does mean the modal analysis and why it is needed to perform the modal analysis. Hello.
So डिस्प्लेसमेंट के मोड्स बताता है सर.
Yes. Let me show you. Actually, and I discuss the. Let's see. Actually, modal analysis is what? Here, the modal analysis we are going to perform to check the behavior of structure, how it is going to deform, how it is going to deflect under the application of the load, and with a different frequency domain and natural time period. The modal analysis actually helps to determine the vibration characteristic. Actually what it is help to get the some vibration characteristic of your project, of your structure, and that characteristics include what, natural frequency, fundamental time period, and mode shape. Under, suppose if you are going to put the excitation to any building, any structure, if you are going to put any external excitation to this structure, so what will happen under the application of the loading, it is going to vibrate, it is going to vibrate with different frequencies and time period. So initially the frequency will be high, and this is going to reduce over the time. So under the means excitation and under the vibration, your structure is going to means it passes through different shapes. It passes through what, different shapes, and that shapes deformed shape of your structure with different frequency domains and time period. Okay, that is called as what, mode shapes. Like for example, suppose the building is there like this. See, it is what, your building. So deformed shape of structure you will get like this in the first frequency. In the second case, in the second frequency domain, it is going to deform what, like this. Hello. This
Yes,
is the
sir.
mode shape 1, this is the mode shape 2, this is the mode shape 3. So this is actually what, to see the behavior of structure. the dynamic behavior of structure. Mode shape is the deformation. Actually, it is what? The deformation. Simple. And this will help to overcome the over deformation. This modal analysis will help to reduce the overturning effect, irregularity effect over the height. So there is a many use of this modal analysis, and this modal analysis is not practiced in structural engineering field, or not only in civil engineering field. The modal analysis is used in almost all the sectors, or in all the fields. In automobile, it is this modal analysis is used to see the vibration characteristic of different component parts of the vehicles, different component parts of your bikes, different component parts of your means I can say the four-wheeler suppose is there. For the aircraft testing, for the aircraft testing, these modal analyses are performed. The excitation we are going to put and we are going to look the dynamic behavior of structure, and how the shapes are going to be changed over the time. So that is called as what? Modal analysis. So this modal analysis is used in most of the fields, engineering fields. Will it be okay? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this modal analysis we have to perform, and this why we are going to perform this, as I told you, here the deformation you will get. So actually we have to see the deformation, also we have to see the irregularity, also we have to see what torsional irregularity. So these all things you will be able to see only when you are going to perform the modal analysis. Hello, you are all with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just go back to your define, go to load cases, sorry, what, yeah, go to load cases, see Moodle option is there, but the software suggests that two options are there, eigen method is there and reads method is there. So experts as well as the software suggest that we should go with the reads method. Just check this option, go to modify. So nothing you need to do here, only just change this from eigen to what? Hello,
Reads.
reads. Check this option. Okay, and for the modal analysis, up to what? Suppose if suppose you want to get for instant excitation, you want to see the behavior of deformed shape of your structure for instant excitation with only one frequency, one time period. So the modes accordingly we have to define. So first say add, and here will be what? Acceleration, ux, and mass participation. 100% mass participation if your structure is going to occupy, that will be good for calculating the mode shapes or time period and frequencies. Time means mass participation means what? How much load of your structure is going to participate to reduce the lateral loads. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it's very simple. So up to max. So the code says that it should be more than of 90%. At least 90% of weight of the structure should participate. So here we are going to set it's 99. So that will be okay. Let it to be. Now maximum number of modes. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, आप कितने शेप्स देखना चाहते हो. फर्स्ट मोड में किस तरीके से डिफॉर्म हुआ, सेकंड मोड में आपका किस तरीके से डिफॉर्म हुआ, थर्ड मोड में आपका कितने तरीके से डिफॉर्म हुआ. So expert says that it should be at least 3 times number of floors. Hello.
Yes, sir.
What? 3 times?
Number of
There
floors.
is this degree of freedom.
Sorry? Yeah, degree of freedom. Some of means consultants what they suggest take 6 numbers. But yeah, it is not fixed. It is not fixed. We have to come back to this stage also to change it. Hello. But one more thing, among all these modes, whatever, suppose 100 modes
Okay.
you are going to define, the first 3 modes are most important. Okay. We will see.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Tell me. 3 times number of floors. How much it will become?
78.
78 number of modes we are going to put. Just put it as 78. Okay. And minimum number should be at least 1. Let's say simply. See for this modal just say add 1. For y direction also we have to define y. It will again be 99. Say simply okay. Say simply okay. Is that all clear?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now next is what p delta analysis. What p delta analysis? So this p delta analysis is a non-linear effect. P delta analysis is what? It is actually non-linear effect which occur in every structure. Actually what? Whatever the low-rise structure, if you are dealing and if you are dealing high-rise structure, that doesn't matter. This P delta effect will be in every structure. But normally the engineers are not considering it. The P delta effect on your structure. It is what? It is the secondary effect. And we engineers are what doing? What we are doing? We are performing the linear static first order analysis. What we are doing? Linear static first order analysis. So there is no means in linear first order means what? Whatever the stresses is going to be developed in your member due to loading, that we are considering only. Whatever the loads you are going to apply over the structure, and according to that load, whatever the stresses is going to be developed in your member, like if it is column, beam, slab, whatever. Okay, due to loading, whatever the stresses is going to be developed, if you are going to design for that only, it is a linear static of first order. But demand is what? We need to consider the second order stresses also, or second order results also. So this P delta analysis is the second order analysis, non-linear effect, and which it is what second order analysis. What it means? Let's try to understand. And this is P delta analysis is specially recommended when your structure is subjected to lateral load. Yeah, for the gravitational load up to certain extent you can neglect it. But when you are talking about the lateral load, in that situation you have to consider P delta effect. So what's actually the P delta effect? So there are two P delta effects. One is P big delta effect and second P small delta effect. Hello. How many P delta effects are?
2.
Small data.
Small and big.
Big.
Okay.
Big.
Yeah. So big is what? Your structure effect, and small is what? Your member effect. Okay. Just try to understand with this drawing. Suppose the structure is there, and this is what your structure over that. Only the gravitational load is there. Only the gravitational load is there, and this is what the fixed point. Sorry. This is what your fixed point. So under the application of the loading, whatever the stresses develop in these, and the movement is going to be generated at the base level. So these are normal practice and normal approach. But when your structure is subjected to lateral load, under this lateral load, the primary movement and on first order by the first order analysis, okay, non-linear analysis. So what we are getting, the moment at the base is equal to, let's say this is what V. So V is equal to, this is the length, height of your structure. So the movement that is going to be generated at the base level, will it be what? That will be V into L. Hello.
Yes, sir.
So this is the result for your first order analysis.
Yes, sir.
First order static linear analysis. So this is the result. But under this is what first effect. Normally what we are doing, we are calculating the movement at the base of up to this extent only. We are not going to consider the secondary effect. secondary effect is what? Under the application of the load, what will happen? See, hello, here, see, it is going to be deformed like this. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It will be deformed like this, and so what its original position is this one. So your structure is going to be deformed by this amount, this value, that is called as big delta. That is called as what? Big delta, because it is the structural result under the application of the lateral load. So your lateral load, this vertical load, suppose here it is acting 1 point load. So instead of this, I am going to take it here. For this case, this point is acting at this level. The load is going to be act over this point. So under the application of the load, this tip is coming to this point. Actual position is this, and the load is going to be shifted to this point. Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
So for the first case, in the first order, this is the moment M1. In the second case, see, due to application of this lateral load, your building is going to be shifted in the direction of applied load, and by the certain displacement value that we are going to call it as big delta, because it is the structural result. Hello,
Yes, sir.
because it is what?
Structural result.
It is the structural result. But the secondary, these were the secondary effect. So in that situation, what? At this point, whatever the movement is there due to this load, this is the perpendicular, and this is what? This is the primary movement. This is what the primary movement, and the secondary movement will be what? M2 will equal to what? This is the force. This is the P force, which is going to be acted from its initial position at a distance of delta. So that this is what the point, action of the point, and this is a perpendicular distance to this point. So it is going to become what? P into, hello,
Delta.
delta, P into delta. So this combines, this is the first order and this is the second order. That's the thing. So big delta. I also told you what, there is a one other P delta effect, that is what P small delta effect, that is what member effect. So under the application of the loading, your member will due to its flexural behavior, it is going to be what? Deformed like this. Hello, आपका member कैसे deform होगा? This is what member. हेलो, इनिशियली देखिए मैं एक मेंबर लेता हूँ. हेलो,
Yes, sir.
इसका सीजी वर्टिकली डाउनवर्ड एक्ट होगा सेंटर से. हेलो,
Yes, sir.
at any point it is going to be acted from CG, but this element I am going to what? Going to bend like this. Not tell me there will be any defined CG. Hello,
No, sir.
no. That's why what initially it is going to be passes through the point. Through the point it is going to initially what? If the column is like this and your foundation or whatever the support is there, and the load is going to be acted to this point. So under this situation, yeah, there will be no movement. But this is what, suppose, okay, sorry, take it from here. Yeah, at the midpoint I am showing, suppose this is the load, the concentrating point from this point is going to be directed downward, and there will be no any eccentricity. So due to this load, is there any movement?
No.
There will be any movement?
No, sir.
No, because it passes through the point. But under the application of loading, your structure is going to be what? Deformed like this. Hello.
Sir.
Now what CG is going to be shifted? Suppose this point. Now eccentricity has been developed or not?
Yes, sir. Develop.
Okay. That's why what? This we have to consider load multiplied by this point. But up to this level we don't need to do. Actually, just for your information, I am sharing this. So P delta effect we have to define in our project. And this P delta or lateral deformation is depends on what? Three factors. Magnitude of axial load. whatever the actual load is there, accordingly you will get the result. Second, stiffness and slenderness of the structure. Obviously आपका जितना स्टिफ स्ट्रक्चर होगा उतना डिफॉर्मेशन आपका कम होगा, और जितना डिफॉर्मेशन कम होगा उतना कम मूवमेंट मिलेगा. Okay, so this is the case. And third one is the slenderness of individual element. As I told you, this effect is means result of entire structure, plus this effect is due to what particular element deformation also. Okay, so first thing is what this secondary effect. P delta is secondary effect. So tell me, is there any effect of lateral load in this equation? Is there any means is there any term which is related to earthquake loading or lateral loading? No,
Yes, sir.
it is what with the gravitational life means only for the gravitational load, right? Whatever it may be, dead load or live load or summation of them. Okay, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Go back to your tabs. So normally these for dead load, okay, dead and live load. So just go back to tabs and go to define and P delta. Yeah, P delta option, check this option, and iterative based load, check this option. And for dead scale factor will be 1.2. Just say add. For live it will be 1.2, and for SIDL it will be 1.2. Just change the scale factor as 1.2 1.2 and make it as iterative based loads. Say simply okay. So this is the way how you can consider the lateral means P delta effect on your structure. It is a secondary effect. Okay, remember this point. Now go back to your steps. So this is done.
सर
Sorry.
इसका कोई रूल है कि कब हमें कंसीडर करना चाहिए और कितने लेवल पे आने के बाद कंसीडर करना चाहिए?
नहीं, ऐसा कोई आपको स्पेसिफिकली मींस कैलकुलेशन है आपका, बट नॉर्मली आपका बिल्डिंग हाई राइज है मींस दैट इज इट डिपेंड्स ऑन योर चॉइस. आप लेते हो दैट विल बी बेटर.
अगर हम ये टाइप में अगर इसको कंसीडर कराएंगे तो वो कॉलम को स्टिफ बनाएगा या डक्टाइल बनाएगा?
ये कॉलम को स्टिफ नहीं बनाएगा ना डक्टाइल बनाएगा. ये ऑलरेडी आपको स्ट्रेसेस इंपोज करेगा. मींस ये आपका क्या करेगा, मूवमेंट और जनरेट करेगा आपके बेस पर. सो आपको सेक्शन साइज भी लगेगा वहां पर और रीइंफोर्समेंट भी डिमांड बढ़ेगा. गेटिंग?
यस सर, खुद ये मूवमेंट बढ़ा देगा उसके
बढ़ा देगा उसका मूवमेंट, स्ट्रेसेस आपके मेंबर में बढ़ा देगा. मैंने बताया ना, दिस इज सेकेंडरी इफेक्ट. जो एक्चुअल बेसिक मूवमेंट आ रहा है प्लस उसमें और एडिशनल मूवमेंट आएगा. ओके
ओके
यस
ओके सर.
Now next, define the load combination. We have to define what? Load combination. Very important point. How you can define the load combination. So go back to your tabs and go to define. Go to load combination. Under this load combination, just say add new combo. Once you click over this, so manually you can define the load combination here. As you know that we have done in the medium rise structure. Say simply okay. Say delete this. Now another option is add default load combination. Check this option, and for concrete frame check this, and for the shear wall check this. All the elements that you want to you want to perform the analysis, and you want to design it. So for all that elements you have to check the option. So concrete frame will include your column and beam. Okay, and concrete shear wall will include your shear wall or piers. Check this option and make it as convert to editable. Just say okay. So once you click twice over this option, you will get this pop up, this dialog box you will get, and whatever modification you want to do you can do here. Okay, but default option we are not going to practice with the default option. Default option, what we will do, see, just go to delete combo, or select this all. So simply delete this all combo. Next, see, we have some guidelines to decide the load combination. Hello, as per IS 875 part sorry, IS 1893/2016
Yes, sir.
at page number 8 or 7. See, load combination. Okay, when your building is orthogonal building, when your building is orthogonal building, in that situation, means all the loading direction you have to consider separately, and their effects you have to consider separately. But if your building is non-orthogonal, in that situation, in addition to consider direction, in addition to consider direction of loading, like suppose I'm going to I would like to calculate the load in x direction. So earthquake in x direction, 100% you have to consider, plus 30% of other direction, 0.3 times 30% of other direction you have to consider, say earthquake y. If your building is non-orthogonal, it means that you are not able to define the direction in a particular direction, define the dimension of the building in any particular direction. सपोज मैं ये डायमेंशन देखता हूँ, तो इसको मैं x एंड y में डिफाइन कर सकता हूँ. मैं कह सकता हूँ ये x में है या y में है.
No.
No. Okay, so for that kind of in plan structure, you have to consider the 30% effect in other direction also, in addition to consider direction. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
that is actually written here a and b. For x direction, plus first time means y direction 30%, and the second time minus sign y direction. So this kind of consideration will be there for the different two types of the building, orthogonal and non-orthogonal, and that is what in plan geometry. So the detailed description is given here, you can read it. Load combination increase in permissible stresses at the page number 7 IS 189/2016. But if your structure is orthogonal, tell me, our structure is orthogonal or non-orthogonal?
Orthogonal.
It is orthogonal. Okay. Now, for the case of orthogonal, there is no need to consider the 30% in other direction in addition to the considered direction. Okay. So here the formula is given common. The formula here it is given as common. Let me show you. 1.2. These are factor loads. These all are what? Factor loads. 1.2 dead load, imposed load. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Then earthquake in particular direction, but we don't need to consider this because our building is non orthogonal. It is what? Orthogonal. So cancel these two, cancel this two, cancel this two. Only these three terms will be dead load, imposed load, earthquake load. Okay, so it is what? 1.2 multiplication factor for these all. So let me know. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Tell me how many load combination will be formed from here. So dead load plus imposed load plus earthquake load in a particular in x direction. Then second time minus earthquake in x direction. So we will get 2 from here, 2 from here, 4, 2 from here, 6, 2 from here, 8, then 2, then 2.
10.
How many number of combination will be formed?
12.
12 numbers. And one basic factor load combination, that is what? Dead 1.5 dead load plus
Live load.
Yes, sir.
1.5 live load plus 1.5 SIDL, means with 1.5 factor multiplication factor or safety factor, we are going to form the factor load combination. Okay, so for earthquake loading, how many number of load combination will be?
12.
13.
13. Okay, and
Yes, sir.
all these 12 numbers we have to replace with the wind loading. So you have to change only earthquake with what? Wind load. Hello.
Load.
Getting or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. Clear this all. Go back to your tabs. So we have a sheet. Very important. Yes. See. Column shear wall and foundation. हम लोगों ने देखा था लाइव लोड रिडक्शन का, तो लाइव लोड रिडक्शन आपका कहाँ पर एप्लीकेबल है? हैव यू रिमेंबर?
Yes, sir.
Only for vertical elements
Only
with
for vertical
foundation.
element in addition
With
to
foundation.
foundation. Okay, vertical element will include, that is for just for means just to remember. Okay,
Yes, sir.
that is what just to remember, like for vertical. Actually, what it is: column, load bearing walls,
Shear wall.
piers. Okay, these all are the vertical plus your foundation. Your load reduction factor is not applicable for your beam, for your slab, remember. So due to that reason, we need to define the load combination separately. For column, shear wall and foundation, factor load combination will be different, and for beams, slabs, the factor load combination will be different. The difference will be what? Wherever the live load is there, the reduction factor you have to put, that we are going to take as 0.5. 50% reduction we are going to do, so 50.5 will be for all the positions of live load. That is only the difference, otherwise both are same. Okay, so this is what 13 plus 13 plus 1, how much it will become? Sorry, 12
27.
plus 12. Hello, 12 plus 12 plus 1,
25.
25.
25.
That 25 load combinations are available here. Okay, is that all clear?
Yes, sir.
Now 126, 127 is not needed to discuss because it is temperature load and all, so it is not for us. Up to 25 we have to discuss this. Now beam, everything will be same, only the factor will not be there, only the factor will not be there for the live load. Let me show you live load K3. Understood? Hello. So go to etabs, go to define, just say add a new load. By the numbering I am going to define the load combination. So open this. So first 101, just take it 101, and for this what is there? Yeah, dead load, SI DL load, and K3 live load. Dead load, SI DL load, dead load, SI DL load, live load with the multiplication factor of 1.5, 1.5. And for live load, tell me. Hello. For live load, 50% reduction will be.
Yes, sir.
So what do you think? Here 1.5 multiplied by K3 is 0.5. How much it will become?
0.75.
Good. Here we have to put 0.75. That is the most important thing. Just say okay. Just say add a new combo. It will be 102. Just say add, and look at this 1.5 dead load. Basically it is what? Totally dead load. Dead load plus SI DL load is what? Actually the dead load plus earthquake loading in X direction. But why here it is suggested that a response spectrum value or response spectrum loading or results? Tell me. Because in comparison of static and dynamic, which one will give more accurate result?
Response spectrum.
Dynamic one. That's why we are going to take the result of dynamic one. Otherwise you can take earthquake also. If you are not performing the response spectrum, you can take it as what? Hello.
Earthquake load.
Earthquake. Okay, by equivalent static method. But here the dynamic value we are going to take. So 1.5 means dead load plus response spectrum, or I can say in general earthquake. Okay, so and then positive, then negative, then positive Y, then negative Y. That change will be there. At a time we are going to define these 4 values. So just go back and just say 102, and dead will be what? 1.5.
SIDL 1.5.
SIDL will be 1.5. First correct it. Then
Earthquake X.
earthquake in X direction. So delete this one. Earthquake in X direction, and it will be what?
Response spectrum.
1.5. It will be again 1.5. Live load is not there, so that's why no reduction is needed. Okay, let it to be, say simply okay. This is for positive x, say okay. Add copy of combo, it will be 103. It will be 103, and earthquake in minus sign, say minus, say okay. Just say add a new combo. This is 104. Just say add and see. Okay, take the say add copy of combo. It will be 104. 104. It will be what? Okay. What previously we have? Okay, it is for negative. Now it will be what? For positive y. Change it to what? Y, and make it as what? Positive. Positive. Say okay. Just say add copy of combo. At this time change it to 5, and this will be the with minus sign. Put minus, say simply okay. Is that all clear? So this 4,
sir.
in addition to this first one, 5 load combination we have completed. Next 1.2, your dead load plus live load and response spectrum function value. Okay, one thing we did wrong. Hello,
Yes, sir.
what?
Response spectrum.
वो ऑलरेडी उसमें
नहीं 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 नहीं, यहाँ पर देखिए, रिस्पॉन्स स्पेक्ट्रम हमको लेना था. ओके,
Spec X.
स्पेक एक्स एंड स्पेक एक्स वाई. ओके,
Okay, sir.
yeah, don't do the mistake. Okay, here it will be what?
Spec X.
Sorry,
Spec X.
spec x. Okay,
Spec Y.
okay. Is that all okay? Now just say add copy of combo. At this time it will be 106, and load combination will be what? Dead load, SIDL load. Then it will be what? Live load. And for all these, what is there? Dead load, SIDL load and live load, and with 1.2 multiplication factor. So multiplication factor will be what? 1.2. 1.2. It will be 1.2. Okay, live load. But for live load 1.2 is there, but there is a what? K3 factor, reduction factor. So it is 0.5 multiplied by 1.2. How much it will become?
0.6.
So change it to what? 0.6. 0.6. And what change? Yeah, what other things? Yeah, response spectrum in positive x. Just say add spec x in positive, and it will be again 1.2. Say okay. Add copy of combo. It will be what? 107, and the rest of all the things will be as it is. It will be spec y. Check this option. Sorry, spec x with minus sign. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So simply okay.
Yes, sir.
Then add a copy of combo, and it will be 108. It will be what? Spec y, and this will be what?
Okay.
Positive. Say simply okay. Just say add copy of combo. Change it to 109. 109, and it will be what? Spec y with only what? Minus sign. Say
Yes, sir.
simply okay, and this will be done. For this 3, for 10 combinations, just go back and up to. Then next 0.9 multiplied by dead load plus 1.5 response spectrum value. Okay, live load consideration is not there. Okay, don't worry. So go back to your ETABS and just say add copy of combo and write the level as 110, and dead load 1.2, SIDL load what is 0.9. Dead load is what?
0.9.
0.9. Change it to 0.9.
SIDL 0.9.
SIDL 0.9, and live load is what? No, live load is not there, so delete this one. Then next
Spec X.
spec x. Okay, so spec x
1.5.
What is the, yeah, 1.5 it is. 1.5, say simply okay. Add a copy of combo, it will be what? 111. And spec y, sorry, yeah, spec x
X.
Negative.
with minus sign, say simply okay. Then add copy of combo 2,
Spec, spec Y positive.
spec y, make it as positive, say simply okay. Then add copy of combo 113, then it will be what? Spec y minus sign, say simply okay. Okay, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, and 110, 111, 12, and 13. These all are available here. Just go back to ETABS.
1.5.
Now next, see, this all for your wind load. This is for what? Wind load. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, fastly we have to move. Just go to add a new combo and write the label 114 and just say add. Dead load will be there. SIDL load will be there, and it will be what? 1.5. Sorry, 1.5. Enter 1.5. This
Yes,
will be
sir.
enter. And next, for live load is what?
Live load 1.5.
No lie.
No live load, okay. But wind load in positive x direction. But wind load in positive x direction. And delete this, okay. And it will also be 1.5. Is that all okay? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's say simply okay. Just say add copy of combo. This will be 1.5. Just say wind load in negative x direction and put the sign as minus. Will it be okay?
Yes, sir.
No. Wind load
Yes, sir.
in negative x direction, we have already given the value as minus sign, with minus sign. Hello.
Okay, sir.
We have already given the value with minus sign. So that's why we don't need to put the minus factor, minus multiplication here in the factor. Hello.
Yes, sir.
हम लोगों ने वहां पर माइनस ऑलरेडी दिया हुआ है, तो यहाँ पर आपको अगेन माइनस साइन डिफाइन करने की जरूरत नहीं है. ओके,
Yes, sir.
से सिंपली ओके.
ओके
जस्ट से ऐड कॉपी ऑफ
सर
कॉम्बो.
विंड लोड के साथ
सॉरी,
सर विंड लोड के साथ अर्थक्वेक लोड का कॉम्बिनेशन नहीं होता है.
कहाँ पर अर्थक्वेक का लोड कॉम्बिनेशन हमने लगाया है?
नहीं मैं ऐसा पूछा है.
नहीं, एट ए टाइम आपका
ऐसा-
अर्थक्वेक और विंड कैसे आएगा? आप अर्थक्वेक
नहीं
और
आता।
विंड को एक साथ में मिलाएंगे नहीं. ओके,
ओके
yes, that probability normally we are not considering. Yeah, dead load is there, SIDL load is there, then negative x direction, so we don't need to put the minus, let it to be as it is because already we have given the negative value. So simply okay, just say add copy of combo, it will become 117. For 117, what is there? Yeah, with negative positive y, negative y. We forgot to define negative y. Let me cancel this. 13, 14. Wind load in positive x. 15. Wind load in negative x. Okay. And it is what? Positive y. It should be what?
Negative y.
Positive. So it will be positive y, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just add copy of combo. Change it to 17. 17. And it will be
Negative
what?
y.
Negative y. Otherwise no change will be negative y. So simply okay, this is done. Just go back here. Now 1.2 dead load, SIDL load and factor, everything with the dead load and live load and wind load. Okay, these three things are there. Just go back to your retabs. Just add to new 118 dead load, SIDL load, change it to what? Live load, and with all of this with the multiplication of 1.2 and reduction factor will be 0.6, and just say add, and here wind load in positive x direction,
Yes,
just
sir.
check this option with the 1.2 factor. Now simply say OK, add copy of combo 119,
Negative
then
X.
everything will be as it is, only will be what it will be what with minus sign, say simply OK, then add copy of combo, let it to be 120, and it will be what
Positive Y.
positive y, will it be OK, just take add copy of combo, take it as 21, and it will be negative y, check these options, say simply OK. Hello,
Yes, sir.
up to 21 we have completed of defining the load combination. 21. Now next, 0.9 dead load plus dead load SIDA load will combine plus 1.5 wind load. 0.9 and 1.5 dead and wind. Just go to see add copy of combo 122 dead load
0.9.
SIDA load with the multiplication factor of what?
0.9.
0.9. Change it to 0.9. Change to 0.9. Okay, and it is what?
Delete.
Live load is there or not?
No, sir.
Yeah, live load is not there. We need to delete this. Now next,
Wind load
1.5 wind load. So it will be what? 1.5 and
Positive.
wind load in positive x direction. Say simply OK. Add copy of combo. It will be 123, and it is what? Negative x. Say simply OK. Add copy of combo 124.
Positive Y.
Positive y, so OK. Add copy of combo 125, and it will be what? Negative y. And in this way we have completed the defining of load combination for column shear wall, okay, where the reduction factor is there, and this is all are what? Factored load combination. Is that all okay? See, one exercise I would like to give, and you have to submit it back tomorrow. Will you do that? See, I will share this model file, okay, this model file in addition to this load combination, okay. So you have to define the remaining load combination. Will you do that or not?
Yes, sir.
This for beam load combination start from 201 and end, this is going to be end at 225. So this is for factor load combination for the beam slabs, and actually slabs we are not analyzing and designing, but okay, this is for beams and slabs, and this is for what? Shear wall column foundation. For all that it is required. Okay, now this is what? Bearing pressure check or serviceability check. If you want to check the deflection, deformation, and bearing pressure, so you need to have the service load combination. You are means aware with this point. आपको अगर फाउंडेशन का साइज चेक करना है तो आप कौन सा लोड लेते हो? सर्विस लोड लेते हो या
सर्विस लोड
सर्विस लोड लेते हैं हम लोग, ओके. और भी बहुत सारे, अगर आपको लैटरल डिफॉर्मेशन, आपका बिल्डिंग कितना डिफॉर्म हुआ ये देखना है, तब भी आपको सर्विस लोड कॉम्बिनेशन देखना पड़ेगा. सो देयर इज अ एप्लीकेशन ऑफ दिस सर्विस लोड, okay. So you have to define this, remember, note it down, from 200, let me show you, from 201 to like 225, this all load combination you have to define first. Second, 301 to 325 you have to define. Will you do this or not?
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
I will share this PDF, also the model. So it's your responsibility to do and to define this all load combination, and I have to submit it back by tomorrow.
Yes,
Okay?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is our this is the end of this session. Okay. Some part is remaining that will cover by tomorrow. Okay. So the load combination we have defined is clear. Now remaining steps, it will require almost 2 days more. Okay, so your batch is going to be end after the 2 sessions. Okay.